Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are getting ready for the 2017 camping season. It's early January. Today I got to book my first reservation for May. Super exciting. But if you live in Ontario, Ontario Parks is getting busy very quickly. So get out there and get booking as soon as you financially are able to do so, because my goodness, busy. So speaking of thinking about camping and dreaming and looking to the future, I thought today I'd take some time to talk to you guys about the differences and the pros and cons between a tent trailer or a pop-up camper, which is what I have, with a hybrid trailer, which is what I'd like to have in the next 4 or 5 years. And I could talk about this all day, so I'm going to break it down into a few key areas. We'll talk about price, towability, slash maneuverability, features and creature comforts, maintenance and build quality, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's start off by talking about price. If you're looking at a brand new tent trailer today, depending on the model, you can spend anywhere from $8,000 for a fairly inexpensive new model all the way up to $15,000 or so, and I'm sure they go way up if you get some of the real high-end models. Hybrids, cheaper side, maybe $20,000 if you're lucky, $25,000 for smaller ones, and I've seen them as far as almost $30,000 for some of the real large hybrid trailers. So you're really looking at double price. I mean, even if you go used, we paid about $3,000 for our tent trailer. It was in phenomenal shape when we got it. If you look at used hybrids, anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000, and these are all ballpark figures, folks, not exactly precise. So price, yeah, I think there's a clear winner there, definitely the tent trailer. Let's look at towability, first of all. You know, towing a tent trailer, especially if you've never towed anything before, that's going to be a lot easier for you. It's lighter. On average, you know, they're usually 2,000 pounds or so on the heavy side. With hybrids, they can be 3,500 pounds all the way up to 5,000 pounds in some cases. So tow vehicle is going to be key. With a tent trailer, you can use some diesel saloon cars. I've even seen some people with regular 4-door saloon cars towing some of the really small tent trailers. Minivans, excellent for towing tent trailers. And of course, you can do SUVs and pickup trucks. Hybrids, you are better with a pickup truck or a high-end SUV. However, with the right trailer hitch, with the right weight distribution hitch, with the right trailer braking system, some of the lighter hybrids can be easily towed by a minivan. So that's great news. If you have a tent trailer and you want to go up to a hybrid, you may not necessarily have to invest in a whole new vehicle. Whereas if you're buying a full-on travel trailer, unless it's tiny, yeah, you're likely going to have to get a better vehicle. Also, while we talk about towability, wind resistance, a tent trailer is a lot lower, so there's less drag. Some people would argue there's more visibility behind you with a tent trailer. I disagree. We have an '06 Grand Caravan. When my tent trailer is hooked up, if I look out the rearview mirror, all I can see is the nose of the trailer and the white of the roof. I have to use my mirrors. So for me, it wouldn't really matter whether it's a hybrid or a tent trailer. My visibility behind me is pretty much the same. Better for fuel economy, of course. Tent trailer is not going to cause as much drag, whereas a hybrid, much higher, more flat front, so more wind resistance. So yeah, you're going to spend more on gas. Brakes, you know, some tent trailers have trailer brakes. Ours doesn't, so it's relying on the brakes of the van. So you got to be careful with that. You want to tow in a lower gear. You don't want to overheat the brakes. So you could argue that, okay, there might be more wear and tear on the brakes of your vehicle. You could say that a hybrid is also going to, on the flip side, cause more wear on your transmission. But I think the differences between the two are pretty marginal. In terms of maneuverability, I'm actually planning to put together a video later this month. I actually got a Lego set for Christmas, which is a van with a trailer behind it, and talk about some of the best practices that I've learned for reversing a trailer. But really, for me, you know, if I'm going to have a 13-foot tent trailer, let's say, it's about the length of ours, when it's all closed up, or a 15 to 16, 17, or even 19-foot hybrid, reversing into a campsite, there's really no clear winner there. They're both about the same width. Length, it's only a marginal difference. Height, yeah, if you get in some really tight spaces with low branches, then yeah, you could have a little more of a challenge with a hybrid, but no, I think for backing up, they're about the same. So I think they're fairly evenly matched for towability and maneuverability. let's get on to the big one, features and creature comforts. There's no mistaking that with some of the high-end tent trailers, you can definitely get some phenomenal features. But for us, we've got a very basic, or bog standard, as the British would say, tent trailer. And when I look at a hybrid, it's going to have a shower. So if my kids are all dirty and disgusting and sandy, I've got that as an option. It has a bathroom, a toilet. For my wife and my daughter, in the middle of the night, if they have to go to the bathroom, they have to walk to the toilet block. It's not very convenient for them just to squat. My son and I can go pee on a tree, but if we've got to take a dump, we got to go to the toilet block as well. But it's nice to know if you've got camping tummy, or it's chucking down with rain, or worse, it's a thunderstorm, you've got that onboard bathroom to help you. Usually, hybrids will have microwaves, they'll have bigger fridges, they'll have televisions, they'll have more comfortable seating, nice couches. They will also have heated mattresses. They'll have an onboard furnace for sure. They might have a roof air conditioner. And I know that some of the purists among you will say, oh, well, Dan, that's not really camping. That's glamping. Okay, well, depends on your preference, right? I camped in tents as a kid. Great when I was a kid. When I'm in my 30s, not so much. Tent trailer gets you up off the ground. You've got some nice seating in it. You've got lights. You can put a space heater in it like we do, or if you've got a furnace, that's great too. But for me, we don't spend a lot of time in the trailer. For us, camping is about the hiking and the fishing and the swimming and the touring the local area and exploring. But at night, when I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I'm sore, if I'm not, if it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm done sitting by the fire, the fact that I can come to really a home away from home is awesome. Because if you go camping and you're not feeling that well, or you go camping and it's 3,000 degrees, or it's chucking down with rain, or it's swarms of insects, or it's freezing cold in the fall, having those creature comforts that we've listed makes a huge, huge difference. And it means that it can also extend your season. Tent trailers are fair weather equipment. They're really only designed to be used when it's nice. Now, where we live here in Canada, you're talking maybe late April if you're lucky, to maybe mid-October if you're lucky. So you've got 5 or 6 months of the year where you can't camp. Hybrid, on the other hand, a little bit different. You could potentially look to go camping in the very early spring. Heck, if you're really hardcore, you could try late winter. You could go late fall as well. So to me, that's a big, big advantage and much less tiring. I want to camp until I'm dead, basically. So for me, a hybrid is the way to go. Yes, a fifth wheel would be great. A full-on travel trailer would be great, but that's a little excessive for what I need, and I like the fact that it's the best of both worlds. Last one we'll talk about is maintenance and build quality. Some of the older tent trailers like we have, wooden frame construction, steel, C-channel chassis, very thin aluminum skin, and staples in some cases holding it together. The build quality on some of the tent trailers, folks, is just not that great. Yeah, there's a lot less that can go wrong with a tent trailer, and if it does go wrong, it's cheaper and easier to fix. Most people that know a little bit about DIY can fix most of the things on a tent trailer. But if you're talking about a hybrid, you've got, in many cases, aluminum cage construction. Best thing ever. They've been doing it in Europe for years. We're so far behind here in North America with trailers and RVs. It's unbelievable. In many cases, it's a polyester or fiberglass body shell. So that's much tougher, much better insulation value. The overall structure and design of a hybrid, yeah, there's a lot more things to maintain. You've got a furnace, very likely, although you could have those in a tent trailer, water heater, water pump, air conditioner, microwave, television, and so on. But in the end, it's worth it, and you get what you pay for. And I think that the build quality on a hybrid is going to be a much better thing. So really, I don't think there's really a clear winner. I think it really comes down to what do you want to do. If you're just getting into camping and you don't like the idea of a tent, then yeah, I think a tent trailer is a great idea. You can pick a used one up fairly inexpensively. And if you find out you don't like it, you can sell it, hopefully get most of your money back. If you're like us, hardcore campers, and you want to camp till you in your retirement age, then I think a hybrid is a better option. It's more comfortable, it's more versatile in most cases, and it's a good, solid investment. So that's my thoughts on the differences between a tent trailer and a hybrid. I'd love to see and hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. What do you think is a better option? Do you think I'm crazy for wanting a hybrid? Do you think I'm crazy for accepting being in a tent trailer right now? Let us know. Also give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. Happy camping, and we'll see you next time.